Well, Mr. Kayode Ajulo joins us now. He's the National Secretary of the Labour Party. He's also a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, for some time now, we've been talking about how to ensure we have violence-free polls. They've signed an accord, constantly speaking about it to almost everybody. But in spite of that, we still see skirmishes, clashes, attacks, violence, and threats of more violence. And lots of people then wonder, what then is the way out from all of this?
Well, we have to be sincere with ourselves. First, this is election time. This is time for people to get deceived. This is time for some people to deceive others. And this is time for people to outdo each other in one way or the other. And that's why you find out that in all this is like a struggle for power. And when you have such situation, you don't have to deal with the issue of this violence. But one funny thing is this, and we have to be sincere. It is so clear that when we are in this kind of season, we should experience some of this issue, particularly the issue of violence. But one thing is this.
We cannot. Okay, go ahead.
But one thing I want us to know is this. I quite appreciate the fact that we're having this Abuja Peace Accord. But one thing I have been asking myself, and some of my friends have been asking ourselves, is this. We have our security agencies. What have they been doing? One thing we have to know is this. A crime is a crime. But today, everybody say is election violence. This electoral violence, fraud, malpractices, and everything. One thing we have to know is this. Until the time we realize one thing, that a crime is a crime. And when a crime is committed, the only thing you need to do is for the security agencies, the police, and whatsoever they may be, to come in and to deal decisively with such perpetrators of such crime. Until that, I'm afraid we'll be having problem with this issue of violence. Till today, even like last time in 2011 till today, we are yet to see just a single soul, somebody to be taken to court to be so disciplined. And what is the essence of sanctioning people is to serve as deterrent to others. But in Nigerian situation, it's so unfortunate. We are yet to get to that point. 2011, you can see a lot of people, they get their lives snuffed out. You see our coppers and all those. Only one soul. Bring them out to say, oh, this is one of the perpetrators. This is what happened. And that is why you see others may be ready to do anything. They will say, oh, this is during an election. It's election crime. To some Nigerians, they believe it's not a crime. And that is why we're having this problem. We need to tell ourselves this basic truth.
What is Labour Party doing? First of all, I'd imagine the Labour Party had already been collapsed into the PDP, so I didn't...
No, I will take exception to that. Yeah. Labour Party will never, and we have to be sincere about that. And one funny thing that has always surprised most of us is everybody talking Labour Party is collapsing to the PDP. How many people in PDP that have even been in Labour Party, that's in Labour Party that have gone to PDP? Even by the time you start checking the numbers, about 1 or 2 or 3. But what about in APC? We are virtually all the actors of APC today, they are from the PDP, and nobody seems not to talk about that. And what you have to know is this: all my life I've been in Labour Party until this morning, and we have a lot of people, committed members of the Labour Party, that still remain in PDP. Though I quite agree with you. You know, we tend to agree, we tend to disagree. If in a situation we have an interest where I believe that my interest will be furthered, will be helped. Maybe my aspiration will help with you. I did not see, and I would never believe that because of the fact that I'm in this party, I will not go with you. But to now ascribe that to me, because maybe you are my friend, I now belong to your party, and I think that is what it is. And that is one thing we've been trying to make so clear. Maybe because Labour Party, we are not grandstanding.
So you're closer to the PDP. You're friends with the PDP.
Well, we don't have to let us get it clear here. In a situation, every party, we have our policy, we have a principle. In a situation where I realize that my principle, I share the same principle with you. So be it. We need to collaborate. We need to talk. Like APC, there are some issues that wherever we know that this is what they are doing and which is in tandem with what we believe in. Fine. The only thing that we will not do is to, because of politics, because of the fact that we want to gain some ground, to attack you whether you are doing it right or you are doing it wrong. All we just need to do is to ensure that we deal with you in that situation, we will not. Like, let me raise one issue.
The message essentially is that you're an independent party.
Yes, we're independent party.
But are you supporting the presidential candidate of the PDP?
No, as of now.
As of now?
As of now. This morning, we are yet to decide on who to support among all the presidential candidates. Mind, we have nothing less than over 11 presidential candidates. We should not reduce this to only 2 candidates. And that is one of the positions of Labour Party. The party will sit down, we agree, the leadership of the party will meet, and at the end of the day, we will decide this is who we are going to support. But as of this morning, we are yet.
Just allow me to come in here, because from the tape we watched, seeing that Secretary of State John Kerry met with the President as well as the APC presidential candidate, it would mean as if, well, we haven't actually, because twice you have used the word, let's tell ourselves the truth. It would mean as if we haven't been telling ourselves the truth, and that is about the need for us to have a violence-free elections. And this is not the first time we're getting to hear, well, a message from far away. John Campbell, the former ambassador to the country, had also written in his book, though most politicians never liked what he wrote, he did say if we're not careful, a whole lot might go wrong. Is it that we haven't taken time to listen to ourselves, even after signing that pact, after the publication by John Campbell and now John Kerry?
Yes, let me quickly put it. Even though it's even to some of us, we are even surprised that John Campbell and Kerry, they're even talking about it, because they are diplomats, whether we like it or not. You know, they have this diplomatic language in saying it the way it is. But like that's why I can't stand there to quickly let us know that, look, we're here to tell ourselves the basic on this issue. Look, when you wanted to ensure that you reduce crime to minimum basis, the procedures, the modality to ensure that it's so well cut out. We have a judiciary system, we have a regulatory system, we have our security system. But the question now is this, a very simple way. Everybody that have been asking me, how do we reduce this crime? And I believe the best way is those, they've done it before, or the perpetrators of those crimes, they are still walking free in our society. Nothing has been done. But today you see NSA, we call some politician, let us sign a peace accord. Peace accord that, whether we like it or not, in law, is not enforceable. And who are those people signing this peace accord? I know some people may say, oh, it's symbolic, fight quite well. But the question is, the right things need to be done. The perpetrators of this crime, they need to be dealt with. It's like when we are discussing the issue of corruption. And it's just so unfortunate that in Nigeria, we seem to place so much emphasis, we place so premium on this corruption. Quite well, corruption is bad. Corruption is wrong, it's undesirable. But the major issue, we're talking of violence. Life is being snuffed out from Nigeria.
Isn't that we don't know the import of this?
We seem to know the import. We have to be sincere with ourselves. But because of politics, because of interest, because today, those who are harming those people, those who are asking them to go against their fellow human beings, they are doing it to score a point. And that's why they believe, oh, since I'm in this party, if anybody seems to arrest them now, is to shout, oh, is that because I'm in your party, that's why I want to arrest them. But the right thing needs to be done. I believe there's a way that we should try to make a big division, or to make a distinction between policy and politics. During the politics, if we are playing...
Just allow me to come in here, because I'm trying to get some logic in John Kerry's statement when he said, well, some of these people will be denied entry into the United States. Doesn't that tell you that some of those who foment trouble don't have, well, love for the country? Because if you do have love for the country, you wouldn't be so eager to get maybe a visa to jump out of the country when all else had failed.
Well, I quite appreciate what John Kerry mentioned. He said in that clip. But one thing is I wish he needs to be informed more that not only those who perpetrate it. I wish we would go as far as saying their families, because as I speak today, I know of many of my friends who even have already asked their family, their mother, their wives, their children, everybody out of the country. And because the Nigerians, most of these people, they can foresee this is what is happening. Because I did not see any reason why I should ask my family, entire family, to move out of the country. And today in Nigeria seems not to, that's why this spirit of patriotism is not there again. You see in the other country, in the US, you see UK, you see everything working. Most of all those who cause this problem, they have nothing less than 4 or 5 houses. They have investment outside the country. Theirs is to come to Nigeria, cause a big problem, and then within 2 minutes, disappeared. Most of them, they have choppers. Most of them, they have private jet. Within a flip of your finger, they're out of the country. But now, and at the end of the day, it's only you and I that will be here. So the issue is not only asking the perpetrators that we deny their entry. More than that, even I believe they should start with their investment, business, the investment, their families and all those things. And I think at the end of the day, American is saying this, that the only way they can deter them is to maybe we stop them entries. I think that's fine. But what are we doing in Nigeria? John Kerry cannot say we arrest the perpetrators because at the end of the day, the issue of jurisdiction will come in. What is your business with Nigerian affairs? These are criminal system, we have our way. So the question is this: the right thing needs to be done. All those people, irrespective of a party, irrespective of political affiliation, they must be dealt with.